All right, guys, got brand new stuff today. Sample spaces and probabilities. Sample spaces and probabilities. Starting a new unit on probability. All right, key terms. 4 terms today you need to make sure you know. The first one is experiment. Experiment is just an action that produces some kind of result. It could be flipping a coin, rolling a die, anything like that. Drawing a card. Number 2, the outcomes. The outcomes are the results of doing an experiment. I misspelled this one. This should be an event. An event is a collection of one or more outcomes. That's how we're going to describe it when we do probability. Probability of getting a heads. Okay, an event would be getting tails or getting heads when you flip a coin, or getting a 3 when you roll a die. Outcomes, the difference in outcomes of events is outcomes are all the possible results. Sample space, set of all possible outcomes. So flipping a coin, the sample space is heads, tails. Rolling a die, the sample space is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. And you can go on forever like that. Drawing a card, all the different cards in the deck. Okay, let's try one here. It says you flip a coin and roll a 6-sided die. How many possible outcomes are in a sample space? List them. Wow. Okay, so when you flip a coin, first of all, you could get heads or you could get tails. All right. When you roll a die, you could get so you could flip a coin and get heads, then get a 1 when you roll the die, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, or a 6. Same thing with tails. If you could get tails, you could also get a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, or a 6. So how many is that? It says how many possible outcomes are there? There are 12 possible outcomes. All right, the probability of event is a measure. That's what we're going to be working on this next few days. Is the likelihood or chance that an event will happen or occur. It's got to be a number between 0 and 1, and it includes 0 and 1. If something is impossible to happen, the probability is 0. If it has to happen, probability is 1. We're not going to use percentages very much. We're going to use mainly decimals or fractions. So if it's unlikely to happen, it would be like 0.25 chance, which is really 25% chance. If it's equally likely, like same chance, like if you flip a coin, heads or tails, 1 out of 2 or 50%. If it's likely, we're going to say it's about 0.75. If it has to happen again, it's 1. Very few things in life have a probability of 1 or probability of 0. Can't happen or has to happen. Kind of hard to come up with those. All right, student taking a quiz randomly guesses the answers. Not a good strategy. To 4 true, false questions. What is the probability that the student guesses exactly 2 right? So first of all, we need the sample space. Okay, so he could go incorrect, 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 incorrect. He could go correct, miss, 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 incorrect, got it, miss, 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 got it, miss, 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 got it. So those are all the ways he could get 1 answer right. And to get 2 answers right, he would have to go got it, miss, 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 got it, miss, got it, miss, miss, got it, miss, got it, missed it, got it, missed it. I should have done a strategy here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing 1. Oh, miss, got it, miss. That was kind of hard to come up with. Okay, then to get 3 of them right, he could go got it, miss, miss, got it, miss, got it, miss, got it, and got it. Oh, got that one first. Just 4 of those. And the last case is, what if he gets them all right? Okay, boom, boom, boom. So to do the probability, we've got to figure out, there's the outcomes. It says, what's the probability? First of all, to get 2 answers correct, there are this many ways to get 2 answers correct. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many outcomes were all together? If I count all those, there are 16 outcomes. Reduce that, you get 3 out of 8. So 3/8 is the probability. Now, one cheat code here. How many possibilities? He guessed 4 times. How many guesses did he have at each question? He had 2 guesses for the first question, 2 for the second, 2 for the third, 2 for the fourth. That means if you multiply those, that's how many. That will always tell you how many total possible answers there are, 16 of them. And then you can just do this one line right here and figure out, okay, how many ways can you just get exactly 2 right? 6 ways. I don't know if that makes sense. We'll talk about that tomorrow. All right. Complement. A complement is the probability of the opposite of something happening. And also the symbol for it is that little line over the A, probability of A with a bar over it. That means complement. The complement is 1 minus the probability that does happen. Okay, so let's say you roll a die and on the probability of getting a 6. Probably getting a 6 would be 1 out of 6. So what would the probability of not getting a 6 be? Probably not getting a 6 would be 1 minus 1/6 or 5/6. That's how the complement works. Okay, so let's try one here. When two six-sided dice are rolled, there are 36 possible outcomes. I got you a picture of them over here. Find the probability of each event. The first one says probability that the sum is not 6. If you're going to do probability that the sum does not equal 6, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do 1 minus the probability that you do get 6. Okay, so 6s are, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are all the ways to get 6. There are 5 of them. So I'm going to do 1 minus 5, 36. 1 is really 36, minus 5 is 31, That's all you have to do there. It's much easier doing doing the 6 and subtracting from 1 and counting all those possibilities that are 6, not 6. So the second one, the sum is less than or equal to 9. So we're wanting this, probably the sum is less than or equal to 9. We'll put S for sum. Instead of doing that, because that'd be a lot to count, I'm going to do 1 minus the probability the sum is greater than 9. Okay, so greater than 9, I'm going to change colors here. Greater than 9 would be, let's see here. There's 1, there's 1, there's 1, there's 1, there's 1, there's 1. Those are all the ones greater than 9. Looks like there are 6 of them. So I'll get 1 minus 6 out of 36. Remember, 1 is 36 out of 36, minus 6 is 30 out of 36, which reduces to 5 out of 6 chance. So you get something that is less than or equal to 9. All right, this is what we're going to do the most in this chapter, what do we call experimental probability, which is based on things happening, repeated trials. The probability is basically this. This is the basic definition of probability. How many successes there are over the total number of trials that took place. I'm going to show you one example, and we're going to be done. Okay, it says each section of the spinner shown has the same area. The spinner was spun 20 times. The table shows the results. Over here, there's the table. For which color is the experiment probability of stopping the color the same as theoretical? Okay, theoretically, it should be, if you spin it 20 times, each one should be, you have a 1/4 chance of each time of getting a blue, 1/4 chance of getting a yellow, 1/4 of getting a green, 1/4 of getting a red. Which means if you do that 20 times, 1/4 times 20 should be 5. You're looking for something to happen 5 times because that would be what you would expect, because you got a 1/4 chance to get each color. Well, red is the one that happened 5 times. So when it says what is the color, experiment is actual doing the experiment, whereas theoretical is what you would expect without doing the experiment. Okay, we would expect each one to happen 5 out of 20 times because you have a 1 out of 4 chance. Only one of those colors happened when we really did it, and that's what happens. Probability is really theoretical. It is not a guarantee, but when you do an experiment, if you actually do the activity, you might find out. And here's the deal. I'll go ahead and tell you this. There's this thing called law of large numbers, which says that the more you do an experiment like this, if you were to spin it like 200,000 times, you get closer and closer to being 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. All right, we'll talk about those again tomorrow. See you then. Bye.